What do you know about your team, the New York Jets, after 4 games?
Resilient. Obviously, it's a young group, but there's no quitting it. And we've gone through the AFC North, which is one of the better divisions in football. Playing Lamar Jackson, playing Burrow, and then obviously going to Pittsburgh, and in that place that's fabled, obviously, with Mike Tomlin being the coach, and then again Cleveland, who I think is very underrated. It was a great challenge, and just to see our guys fight every single game, and the one thing that I've learned is that this team's not going to quit.
How different was the locker room in Pittsburgh versus the locker room in Cleveland?
For me, the Cleveland game obviously was one of those like, holy cow, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
The Pittsburgh game was a really cool game because that's the NFL. It was awesome that we started fast. It's the first time we had all season in terms of getting an early lead. And when you look at the second quarter, and then even the way the first half ended, rather than it being 13-3, possibly 17-3, it's 10-6. People are a little upset going into the locker room, trying to recapture everyone, and then they come out and bring in their rookie quarterback, and here comes the crowd, and here comes this new juice for the team. You're trying to weather that storm, and they scurry out to a 10-point lead, and it's like, God, how do you? Then they play Renegade to start the fourth quarter, right? And then usually that's a kiss of death, and it's over. And but our guys just remain in the moment, one play at a time, every play independent of each other. And we strung together 2 drives. We got the big interception and won a football game. And so the feeling for that was just the highs and the lows of a football game. Maintaining composure, staying within the moment, and playing for 60 minutes, anything can happen. And there was nothing lucky about it. We won that football game, and that's what was really cool about it.
Zach Wilson had played in 9 preseason snaps since January before that game. What was it like for you watching him lead your team back from double digits on the road in his first playing experience in real action since going back to Buffalo?
No, it was great to see because, again, the first half really for him was pretty good. He had obviously the interception at the end of the half we all wish we could have back. I wish I could have, I want to be aggressive. I want to go gut people when we can, but at the same time, are we ready for that yet? I don't know. I probably could have easily called a run play and all that stuff. So I look back at me. He was doing a great job getting out of a lot of different bad situations in that first half, second and third quarter especially, using his mobility. Once the offensive line settled in and the protection started getting a lot better, he showed everybody what he's capable of. I mean, he was calm in the pocket, his feet were settled, he was delivering darts, leading his receivers, keeping the ball away from defenders, protecting his receivers from getting blown up in the pass game. I thought he was awesome. And to do it in that place, like I said, in that crowd, that damn song playing, going into the end zone with their Hall of Fame wall over there, which was quite impressive. It was really, really cool to see him do that.
How much of an emphasis was takeaways for you guys throughout the offseason leading into training camp? Because last year, totally different roster, but 7 interceptions through 17 games. You have 6 interceptions through 4 games.
Yeah, we talk about it every Thursday. We have a meeting. Ricky Manning Jr., one of our assistant DB coaches, gets up in front of the team and he talks about takeaways. He shows the violators on their team. He shows the opportunistic players on their team also, and just trying to showing where we can be better with regards to protecting the football. And we've been doing that for a while, but he gets up there every Thursday and forever takeaways. The turnover ratio is the greatest indicator of wins and losses. It was the first game that we've won the turnover battle if I'm not mistaken. We pushed versus Cleveland, and we're 2-0 in those games. And when we've lost the turnover battle, we're 0-for. And so forever, that's going to be the greatest indicator on wins and losses.
This is your team meeting room. What did you tell the guys about making up ground inside the AFC East here in the offseason?
The easiest path to the playoffs is to win your division. I was over there in Seattle, albeit a year removed. They had just come off a 7-9 season, but they won the division, made the playoffs. Not that that's what we want, but at the same time, it's still, if you win your division, you're going to the playoffs. And if we want to be a consistent playoff contender, you have to be consistently great in your division. Obviously, we're all we all know about the 12-game losing streak within the division. A lot of games haven't really been close. I've been a part of 6 of them, and if we really want to be considered a serious playoff contender, then these are the games that have to start swinging in the other direction.
How much do you respect Mike McDaniel as a man? And then also, can you talk about how much you respect him as a coach?
We've been together. I mean, he told the story earlier in the week, but since '06, in a massive staff room, just sitting across from each other, stories, hanging out together from when we were single to actually being involved with people, and I met my wife Sanat at that time, but being on staff together at San Francisco, but always staying connected. He's a brilliant mind. He's a brilliant character also. He's such a good human, and just having all the experience of being able to talk so much football with him, especially when we got to San Francisco, to get his insight with regards to run game and protections and all that stuff. He's a guy that's always had my back and vice versa, through the hardest times, being able to lean on each other through some of the most adverse moments you can possibly have as a football coach.
As a friend, you had to be happy that he got a head coaching job.
Oh, heck yeah.
But on the other side of the coin, kind of disappointed that he's inside the division?
I hate it, but I'm happy for him. It's probably similar to the way Kyle and Sean are. They're very close with one another, and here they are, this past weekend playing on Monday Night Football. And it's never easy. But at the same time, tremendous amount of respect for him and what he's doing, and hopefully we can flip it to we're the top 2 teams in the division every year, and we can keep this rolling. So,
what's the challenge going to be like against this offense with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle? Teddy Bridgewater is a more than competent quarterback who's going to be filling in for Tua.
For sure. I mean, people can't forget Teddy with Denver last year beat us up pretty good too. So he is a very, very good quarterback. Has all the arm talent in the world to get the ball wherever it needs to go, especially with all their speed. I said it earlier in the week, that's like the 4x100 relay team. They are fast. And it's going to be a tremendous challenge with regards to playing discipline, playing with good eyes, and with all the misdirection that they have to keep the ball in front and make sure we're great tacklers and keep them out of the end zone.
Everybody knows that Hill's going to get the ball, but he still puts the numbers up. Why?
He's fast. No, they do a great job. They do a great job getting him in different spots, and he can take a little bubble and just his little burst of speed gets him 10 yards if you're off by a step. And in this league, with all the different things they got going, you're probably going to be lagging by a step or two here and there. But you can give up those 5 to 10 yarders as long as he doesn't beat you on the big one. And but at the same time, you've got to be able to play these guys aggressively too. So it's going to be a cat and mouse game in terms of how aggressive they are with how aggressive we are. And it's from that standpoint, I'm anticipating a really fun battle.
How exotic do they continue to be defensively, and what kind of pressure packages is your young quarterback going to see? And I wanted to ask you about the guys on the outside. Are they going to be seeing more man coverage than maybe they've seen early in the season?
Yeah, they are aggressive. They get a lot of praise for their zero package and the amount of pressure they try to put on a quarterback in the run game and all that stuff. So we got to be great communicators this week, obviously, with our offensive line, quarterback, receivers. Got to think fast, especially post snap with some of the disguises that they have. But Zach has played this defense. He played him last year, and he's we get the opportunity to go play him again. So we like the way he played last year, and it's gonna be fun to see how much he's grown.